Hi, this is P.R. Sundar. Many people ask me to do a video about the new SEBI rules for futures and options. I used to tell for fun, SEBI seems to be changing the rules more often than a movie actress changes her dress. And there were too many changes in the last few years. One thing, they kept on increasing the margin. Second thing, they made exposure margin compulsory. Few years before, paying exposure margin was not compulsory for the clients. And third, for expiries beyond 9 months, they've increased the margin money almost 2 times. And then the formula for calculating the margin money was also kept on changing. At the end of the day, all the changes point to one thing, and SEBI discourages people with less capital not to trade in futures and options. People with more capital also, they should do less number of trades. And I will say SEBI has been successful in doing all these things. Well, now, what are the new changes? There is something called expiry date rate, which has caught the fancy of many people, and the brokers provide 5 times, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times, and some brokers, they give unlimited. When you place the order, you have to put the stop loss order also immediately. So whatever is the stop loss, and if that amount is there in your account, that is enough. Any amount of leverage was considered. And there were a lot of stories going around, people losing money because of this intraday trade, expiry date trade and so on. Now SEBI has brought in some new rules. First, let me tell you what is the rule. So far, if you have certain amount of money, you have to trade within that money only. You are not supposed to be trading for more than that. In case, if you trade for more than what you have, as long as by next day morning, you transfer the money to the broker's account, then there is no problem. But if you don't do that, then there will be some margin penalty. That margin penalty was 0.5% if the margin shortage is less than 1 lakh, and it is 1% if the margin shortage is more than 1 lakh. That is 0.5% or 1% per day. Otherwise, for intraday trade, there were no restrictions. Many brokers were giving lot of intraday leverage. Now, the new rule, SEBI rule says that you have to trade with whatever you have. You cannot overtrade and transfer the money tomorrow morning. Before placing the order, there must be sufficient money in your account. Second thing, let us say I have 10 lakh rupees in my account. I have already taken position for 10 lakh rupees. If the markets move violently, let us say there is 1 lakh rupees MTM loss. I know the market is going to recover. In case if the market is not recovering, tomorrow morning I can transfer the money to my broker account. So I just leave it. At the end of the day, market recovers and then there is no problem. But now what SEBI says, whenever market moving violently, whatever is your maximum MTM loss. In this case, my maximum MTM loss is 1 lakh. So that means in my account, 11 lakh must be there. My account, there is 10 lakh, I have taken position for 10 lakh. What happened? Market comes down, I have 1 lakh MTM loss. Again reverses, closing basis, no problem. But still SEBI says, at the peak margin, your MTM loss was 1 lakh, margin was 10 lakh, so total 11 lakh, but in your account there was only 10 lakh. So you have to pay margin penalty for 1 lakh rupees. I do not know whether SEBI has considered a very, very important factor. Sometimes, you know what happens? There may be certain freak trade. In fact, last week also it has happened. The Nifty has been trading above 11,000 only. It has never fallen below 11,000. Just for one fraction of second, one trade, I don't know how it has happened, it was traded at 10,800. You cannot even see that. You cannot even see that trade on the screen. That's why it's called free trade. Just one trade. Trade 200, 300 points below the current market price. Now, that 200 point has fallen, assuming that you are having all long positions, that 200 point MTM loss, that money must also be there in your account. If not, at the end of the day, you have to pay margin penalty. And this is totally unfair. I appeal to SEBI to give exemption whenever there is a freak trade. Sometimes in certain stocks, freak trade can happen 10, 20, 30% below also. In that case, how can you keep so much of extra money in your account? So this is a very, very, very big problem. I do not know whether SEBI has considered this problem while formulating the policy. So this is about your positional trade and how much money, extra money you are supposed to keep. Then coming back to intraday trades, whatever is the peak margin, that money must be there in your account. Then how the broker can give extra limit? That means the brokers cannot give any extra limit for you to trade on intraday basis. But one good thing is that these rules are not applicable with immediate effect. It is being brought in a phased manner from December onwards. So up to December, whatever the status quo is maintained. From December 1, the peak margin, at least 25% must be there in your account. Assume that I have 10 lakh rupees, I have 10 lakh rupees margin used already. Assuming that there is no freak trade, nothing, my peak margin will be 10 lakh rupees, right? So I can trade up to 40 lakh rupees. So that 25% will be below 10 lakh. So which means that if I have 10 lakh rupees in my account, broker can give extra limit, intraday limit, 30 lakh rupees. That is 3 times extra limit. So from December 1 onwards, no broker can give more than 3 times extra limit for intraday. That is only for 3 months. And after 3 months, brokers can give only 1 time extra limit. That is because after 3 months, the peak margin, at least 50% should be there in your account. So if you have got 10 lakh rupees, the broker give another 10 lakh rupees, that's 20 lakh, and peak margin, your money, that is 10 lakh rupees. So that is fine. Then after 3 months, of the peak margin, you should be having 75%. That means if you have got 10 lakh rupees, broker can give a maximum of 2 to 2.5 lakh rupees, 0.2 times only. Then after August 1 next year, and broker cannot give any intraday limit. Even you trade also, if you have got 10 lakh rupees, better to take position only for 7 or 8 lakh rupees, not for 9.5 lakh or 9.7 lakh. In case there is any freak trade, your MTM is more, you will be liable to pay for penalty. So, simply speaking, from now until November end, status quo. From December 1 onwards, it's coming in a phased manner. First few months, 3 times intraday limit. After that, 1 time intraday limit. After that, 0.2 times intraday limit. And after that, no intraday limit. So this is all about the intraday limit. And again, there is no country in the world has this kind of rules, and many brokers will face difficulties. And I think what SEBI should have done, in order to curb the speculation, they would have given some uniform limit, like all the brokers can give a maximum of 2 times or 4 times or something like that. But not allowing any broker to give any intraday limit, I think in my opinion, it's a too drastic step. But I have no hope of SEBI changing the rules again, and I think the new rules will continue to be implemented. NSE is the largest derivative exchange of the world. But with this kind of measures, and we may be going down the list. What happens? SEBI has a regulator. They have to reduce the speculation in the market. But instead of reducing the speculation in the market, they are actually killing the business. And another thing, all the restrictions are coming only for the option sellers. Beyond 9 months expiry you want to do, you have to pay double the margin. So all the restrictions are coming only for the option sellers, but there is no change, any direction, anything for the option buyer. But who are the real speculators? Not the option sellers. The real speculators are the option buyers. There is a joke. One guy was searching for something in a bright spot. And somebody asked him, "What are you searching?" He says, "I lost my ring. I'm searching for my ring." Then the guy says, "Are you sure you have lost your ring here?" Then he says, No, I did not lose my ring here. I lost my ring somewhere there." Then they say, "You lost the ring there, but you are coming and searching here. How can you get the ring?" Then the guy says, "Sir, what to do, sir? I lost ring there, but it is so dark there. I cannot search. And here only light is there. That's why I am searching here." So sometimes the SEBI behaves something like this. Where there is a problem, they have to put the restrictions there. And instead of putting the restrictions there, and they are coming and putting restrictions on somewhere else. And this is not going to stop the speculation. Anyway, SEBI is the regulatory authority. We have to respect their decision. So we have to abide by their decision. And you have no choice. And a lot of people started writing some petitions, this and that. Okay. I do not know how far it's going to be effective. We will wait and see. And I can tell you the direction in which SEBI is going. Personally, I feel it is not right. Again, it is my personal opinion and I may be wrong. So, hope I have given some valuable informations and thank you for watching. Thank you.